Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the new speed stuff because the new speed box is pretty cool. The only real issue is obviously if you need cards in the selection box, that kind of sucks. And going through a main box 3 times really devours gems. So I have not actually finished going through the box 3 entire times. We're about 2.5 times through. Which is like, that's not bad, but it means we don't have absolutely everything we would want just yet. And that does kind of suck, but I guess it's not the end of the world. It's just like a mild inconvenience, right? We'll get the cards eventually. We'd like to play with our new toys sooner, but it is what it is. We still have stuff we can do, so we will be taking a look at that. But other than that, I kind of want to go over the Rush meta because we have had 4 tournaments now. And in those 4 tournaments, Gaia has only won 1 of them. And that is actually quite interesting. I think it's something we should talk about. As well as we did have the next turn stream, which did give us a bunch more OCG reveals. And there was also some other card game news I did want to talk about as well. But let's see what we got in the chat. We have Ursus in the chat. Hello, hello. We have ICU I4CU in the chat. Can you please tell the guys in the Guru Control channel to hurry up and solve the deck? So I'm not a big fan of Subterra, if I'm honest. I think in general, Floodgatey / flip effect decks, I suppose, I think are not... They're not my cup of tea, let's put it that way. I think they're frustrating to play against, and they're not necessarily, super fun to play. But maybe I'm the weird one. Maybe I'm the weird one there. Tomato playing Springans Trust. Yeah, we're going to be playing some Springans today for sure. I don't know if we'll be able to play anything else. It kind of depends what we've got in the pool. But, I do really like speed, right? Obviously, we're always going to be Rush first. We are a Rush centric channel. I'm a Rush centric player. A lot of the viewers that I typically get are very Rush pilled, and that is just kind of the environment that we have created here, and that's fine. I also though really do like speed. When we have played it in the past, when we did play our Fluffle deck, we were playing the Fluffle Orcust, we were playing Fluffle Pure when that got its new cards. We have been playing Dragon Maid, we did play some Dragoonity Dragon Maid. We have really enjoyed all of those experiences. At no point did I play any of those decks and go, this is not fun, right? They were always really, really, really good. So going into this box, I had decided when we got the first kind of initial leaks, I was like, we don't know when these dinosaurs are coming out, but I really want to play dinosaurs. And then I saw the Springans and I was like, well, I'll get the Springans now, and that'll tide me over till the dinosaurs come out. And then I find out dinosaurs and Springans are coming out in the same box. And I was like, okay, this is kind of, 2 birds, 1 stone kind of looking deal. And also, the RDA Resonator stuff's in there, and that's another deck that I really like, so I kind of want to play that deck as well. The only issue with that is I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a lot more than just this box. So for Springans, it's all kind of just encapsulated in this one place. And for dinosaurs, again, I can kind of get it all from this box, because I've already got the old stuff, right? I've already got 3 Misk, I've already got the Giant Rexes, right? I've already got everything else I would need for the dinos for the most part. So it's basically just get stuff out of these new boxes. So that's not going to be too bad. It's just going to take a while to actually finish going through the box. Saying which, we do already have 2 UCT, and we do already have 3 Oviraptor, I believe. Which means, theoretically, if we're playing a build that's only going to play 2 UCT, I could just start going in the selection box now and start digging for the 2 copies of Fossil Dig. So we could start doing that now, but I still want to get the 3rd copy of the Springans UR. I forget what it's called, but it's the one that lets you search the field spell, or if you already have the field spell, search any of the Springans monsters. And I would really like to get a 3rd copy of that, because I like Springans as well. We have PTRG Mewfil. Welcome, PTRG. We have Hikari in the chat, who is sad that we are playing speed, which... I get it that a lot of people come to this channel expecting Rush, and a lot of people that do follow the channel are Rush-centric, but there's not a lot going on at the moment for Rush, right? We're in kind of a bit of a down period where we're waiting for new content, and I don't want to just sit here and just grind 3 hours of King of Games for no real benefit outside of, a little bit of practice. So, that's kind of the world we're in. We have Cocktail Samurai Tomato retired. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as retired, but we like to jump around, right? I think realistically, if we were trying to just play Rush all day, every day, we would get really bored and we would burn out. And I think the best way to not do that is to do something else. And it just so happens that Duel Links is a game that is split into 2 pieces, and the other piece is also really fun. Now, is Speed very, very fun at like a high competitive tournament level at the moment? Well, we've just got some new stuff, so yes. But was it before we got this new product? Some people would argue yes, some people would argue no. Some people argued that a lot of people were coming over the Rush because the Speed format was so bad. But I still think playing it as like a just ladder-only player who dabbles in tournament play, the game is still really, really fun, really fun. We're doing a ladder or speed room test because I'd be down. I mean, we can do a speed room if people want to do a speed room. I mean, it depends how many people are in, right? I don't want to have a room and it's just like 2 people playing. But I could make a room. We could see who jumps in, I guess. We could do that now, actually. I could just like go make a speed room. Throw it up now, and then while we're yapping, people can like join and start playing or whatever. And then if we go into it later and it's empty, we'll just go on ladder, right? I mean, that seems like the easiest. So I'll do that now. Because that should be pretty simple to do. There were no changes, right? So I wouldn't have to change like a limit regulation or anything. I'm pretty sure nothing changed, so it shouldn't matter. So I'll go ahead and make that. Grab the room ID. Yapping Sores. Yapping Sores never went away. I don't know how to tell you this. Yapping Sores probably never will go away because I really like the sound of my own voice. That's just kind of the kind of person that I am. There you go. There's a room code. Room code is there. This is a speed room, so if people want to test speed or play speed, they can. But yeah, like I said, for the most part, we're going to be doing some yappage. Yapping is the name of the game. That's what we always start every single stream with. Always the yapping first, then the dueling after. Hey, hello, Corey. Welcome. Have you got the pill from Hasselbro? No, I have not yet. I am still currently in the process of leveling Hasselberry up. I've actually built a Springans deck on Hasselberry. I don't actually know what his Japanese name is, you know. I watched the final season of GX in Japanese, but I watched the rest of it all in English, so I don't know what his Japanese name is. I'm just gonna call him Tyranno Hasselberry. That's just easier for me. I'm going to be the reverse Kim friend today. Ooh, that's exciting. We're just gonna start shitting on speed. Because I don't like it when people shit on Rush, but I also don't really like it when people shit on speed because I like both, right? I might be one of the rare few that actually just enjoys both formats. I know a lot of competitive players will play both. People like Giorfio, Paris, Dwan, right? But for the most part, I think people like to be very tribalistic with it, and they like to like play and like bat for their side. And I like both. I like both. What can I say? Hello, CZ. Building dinos. Yes, we are building dinos, but again, we do not have all the cards yet. So I went in to this new box. I had 99999 gems. Then we had about 60,000 in reserves, like in the mailbox. And we went through all of that and did not... That basically got us kind of like 2 runs through the boxes. So we then had to like grind out a few gems, and we're still in the process of grinding, so we have not got everything we need yet. We do have, I believe, 2 UCT, and we have 3 Overraptor. So assuming I don't want to play a 3 UCT build, which I kind of do, but like I don't know if that will end up being optimal. I could start digging for the fossil digs, but that's always going to be the issue, right? Is you want the fossil digs because the fossil digs are integral. Are they? They might not necessarily be integral. They will add a lot of consistency because a lot of the dinosaur cards are like 1.5 or 2 card combos, and having fossil dig basically is an extra starter, right? So it's like you always want 3 fossil dig if you can. So it puts me in a bit of a weird situation where I don't want to play the dinos until I've got everything I need, because then the deck's going to feel off because it won't be as consistent. It's a weird, like, paradox of, like, I don't want to play a deck till it's done, but the deck won't be done till I play it. But yeah. Let's try and catch up with chat a little bit, shall we? 3 hours of yapping. Real. Hello, Monosync. Welcome, welcome. Just watched some of the videos now and finally up to date with Character Draft series again. Nice, nice. It's always just a bit of fun, Character Draft. It's always just a little bit of fun. We have Grand Harrier in the chat. Hello, hello. Who's going to be very, very sleepy by the look of the emote. Yapping Souls is back. I'm playing Genshin update. No Duel Links for me. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, I could probably play Genshin. I don't think I could play any more than 2 gacha games at a time. And even Genshin, I wouldn't be able to, like... Because Genshin is like a big story. And then kind of when you finish it, if I understand it correctly... I've never actually played Genshin Impact. But if I understand it correctly, because I did play a lot of Honkai Star Rail. It'll be like... Finish the story, and then you log back in every day and do your dailies, right? You'll have, like, points to spend. You'll have, like, energy to run down. But I never got to that stage. So, or should I say, I got to that stage in Honkai Star Rail. I've never played Genshin, so I don't know what that end game kind of feels like. Can you please tell us the guys in Guru channel to hurry up and solve the deck? I mean, just again. The good part, yapping. Hello, Neo. Welcome, welcome. Play Pokemon Pocket. Pokemon Pocket is another game. I would love to be playing Pokemon Pocket, but I'm too lazy to set up my emulator to play it again. Because I used to play Vanguard Zero on BlueStacks, but I am just too lazy to do that again for a game that I'm like, I would like to play Pokemon Pocket. I'm not all in on Pokemon Pocket, right? So, like, I would like to play it. I don't want to have it be difficult to play. Because I have my mobile, right? I have my smartphone. But this thing is too old to play Pokemon Pocket. Let's put it in focus. Unfortunately, it is a little bit too old. I do need to replace it at some point, but it is currently under the minimum specs required to play Pocket, which just kind of suck. Play Crown Pokeball. Is that a Pokemon thing? Is that like a deck? I also noticed there is like a DLM now for like Pokemon Pocket, which is kind of cool. My pack luck was awful so far. Yeah, mine hasn't been great. In my second run through, I saved 7 total packs. And there are a lot of URs in this box I don't need. So that just kind of sucked. I only have 1. I need help with Rush. What should I buy? What do you mean by that? What exactly do you mean by that? Because I'm pretty sure you don't need help with Rush, but... Tomato Bats for both teams. Did you get Fossil Dig? No, we have not got the Fossil Digs yet. Hello, Octoti. Dino's expensive because you also need Misc. I mean, I've already got the Miscs, so, like, that isn't a problem. The issue for me is the Fossil Digs. Got Gold Pokeball. Now you only need 2 UCT. So, like, I would like the 3rd UCT. And again, I would like the rest of the URs, but the main card I still want from the main box is the Spriggans UR. That's what I want from that. Hello, Mr. Tomato. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome, welcome. Yellow, I opened like 15 packs and got it. I opened 14 and got 2 Immersive Giratina. Oh, nice, nice. Did I hear you right? You said you had 60k gems in reserve. I did before, and now I don't have any. Or 6k, not 60k, 6k. I wonder if it's worth going through the selection box just to get IP. I would say, if you are serious about competitively playing the game, probably grabbing 1 is a good idea. It's a small selection box. It's not like a big chunky one. And if you just stop at the 1 SR, I think that's fine. Like, I'm going to go in there because I want the Fossil Digs, right? I'd rather not go in there at all. But, like, I'm not going to not get the Fossil Digs, right? I need to level up Hassleberry to 45 as well. I think my Hassleberry is like 30-something at the moment. I just need to get them up, like, the last little bit. I think it's like 35, 36, something like that. We have rank now. Okay, we will have it tomorrow. I mean, that should be exciting. Because I've watched a couple of Pokemon Pocket tournaments. They look really fun, right? There's a lot of players. So, like, I watched a tournament. And it was, like, on a channel I'd never seen before. And they had, like, 200 entrants. And I was just like, this is bonkers, right? Because I would expect Pokemon Pocket to have a big player base. But I wouldn't expect a large percentage of that player base to care about the competitive scene. A lot of people will play it to collect. A lot of people will play it kind of to play ladder casually. So to see that many people, like, joining up to play these, like, competitive events, I think is really, really cool. Why is everyone on one Pokemon Dex now? Is that like a meme thing? Because I remember, so the way that the Pokemon TCG used to work was that you would get a free mulligan if you didn't open a basic Pokemon. So a strategy you could employ was to just have like 1 or 2 basic Pokemon to guarantee you got exactly the right starter that you wanted. Hello, Ray. I'm at work, but I'm here to maintain the streak. That's important. It's always important you maintain your streak. Whenever I look at tournament results, it's decks with like 1 Pokemon, and I'm watching people playing decks with 1 Pokemon on streams. I mean, like I say, that's all I've got. I've got 3 hidden cities. I also have 3 hidden cities. I don't want 3 hidden cities. And yet, the game has bestowed upon me 3 hidden cities. And it's not really great, if we're being completely honest. Rush selection boxes being reasonable made me forget how bad the speed ones are. Yes. I don't think we should use the word reasonable when we speak about any selection box. I think they are more reasonable. I still don't think selection boxes are... I don't think we should tolerate them, right? I think we should always push back because they are always very anti-consumer. They are very pro-Konami, anti-us, right? So I will always, always, always push back against selection boxes regardless, even if I have to go into them, right? Because it's one of those things where it's like, well, I can't just not go in and get the cards I need, but I would really like to not, right? It's kind of an awkward situation. You need Hasselberry at level 45 to get the double evolution pill. Yes, 100%. 100%. I mean, that's why we're currently working on grinding them up. Pocket also has a league tournament. Yes, I know. I think Paco and Giorfio are playing in that. I assume a lot of other people are as well. I think it's cool. But the big issue... Right, so Pokemon has always had this weird thing, and this is like the Pokemon TCG, where it has always been very coin flip centric, right? And what I mean by that isn't that the game is entirely decided by coin flips, but... generally, in a lot of metas, there are cards that do require a coin flip, and if it works, it's like a massive payoff, and if it fails, it's just like nothing happens, or like a much worse effect kind of happens. People, like, misinform this, and they think what that means is every card in Pokemon is always on a coin flip, and so you will win and lose entirely off of, like, how, like, 20 different coin flips resolve over the course of the game. Obviously, that's not the case, right? That is a very hyperbolic way to look at the game. Now, there are coin flips, but there are also coin flips in Yu-Gi-Oh, right? I would say coin flips in Pokemon, though, are a lot more prevalent than like coin flips and dice rolling in Yu-Gi-Oh. And the card that I always see as a point of contention is Misty, right? Because if you're Misty, like, if you keep flipping heads on Misty, you could just win off that. And if your opponent flips all tails on Misty, that also just kind of sucks. So, like, it's a weird one. So whenever I think about playing Pokemon competitively, a part of me is always like, I don't want to flip coins. But again, I'm pretty sure right now it's like 1 or 2 cards in the entire game that people are actually bothering to play that have coin flips. So like, it's such a small subset of cards, right? I mean, only 2 copies of Pokemon and no others in deck because they automatically get their starting hand, and yeah, then YOLO. Oh, so it is exactly the same rule then. Wow, I just got IP from the first pack pull. Let's go! Oh, Ursus with the God Pack RNG. If you could just pass some of that on, that would be lovely. Now, there is also a 1K players tour. That's actually kind of nuts. 1,000 players is actually crazy for like a mobile game. You are the luckiest person that played this game. I've seen your Essel Mills. It's not reasonable because Fossil Dig is a level up card. I mean, regardless of if it was a level up card or not, I think it is still unreasonable regardless to put any UR in something that you have to spend that many gems to get, right? Especially when it's not even like a UR you only need 1 of. It is a like mandatory 3 of. Now, it's a 2 of because we've already got one for free, right? But it's still not acceptable to base, especially since like Dinosaurs is probably going to be like semi-competitive. But, like, is it going to be, like, the best deck in the game? Is it going to, like, overthrow Heroes? Is it going to overthrow Salads? Is it going to overthrow all the other, like, Tier 2 and Tier 3 decks? I'm like... So, like, a lot of people that want to play the deck for fun, like I do, are just like, oh, you get fucked, I guess. It should be a card trader card. I mean, that would be nice. That would be nice. I retract my earlier statement. I got 2 fossil digs in my 5 gem only packs. Oh crap, that's right. We have gem only packs. The thing is, I don't want to spend any money on them, so I'm probably just not going to be able to... Because, yeah, I haven't looked at the packs yet. Part of me was just like, there'll be enough to get plenty, especially since I only need 2 URs. But no, they're probably going to give me barely any packs at all, aren't they? Let's have a quick look. There is also a Manicus Grand Harrier game going on in the speed room. That's probably exciting. So I will jump over here quick. And I do just want to go and take a quick look at the selection box. How many packs do you actually get for gems? Purchase them at 5? Bruh. So what are the chances of actually getting... Like, I could get 0 fossil dig in 5. I mean, these prices aren't, like, awful, but, like, it's the precedent of, like, not wanting to spend money on this, especially when, like, I'm not a speed-focused player. I'm not gonna, like, take this to a tournament. I'm not gonna make a video on this. So it's like... I mean, if we do this, we can see the cards I've already got. We got 1 copy of Lagia. We got 1 copy of Starlight Junction. That's it. Ah, that's frustrating. That is frustrating. That is frustrating. The best way to play Pokemon TCG... I can't believe, Gunkan Sushi Shari, that you've done exactly what I need to happen. You've managed it yourself. The best way to play Pokemon TCG is on a Game Boy Color. I mean, I have 2 copies of that game. Like, I still own them. My chief complaints are EX Pokemon are everything, and Stage 2 sucks so much for the effort you need to put into them. I think that is a complaint that has been... That's just a Pokemon TCG thing, right? That is a thing that's been around for so long. Now, don't get me wrong, there are still some Stage 2 Pokemon that do see play, but, like, the majority just don't, right? This is going to be rough. I've not read anything, so bear with me. Stage 2 sucks. They are so slow. I mean, Super Mini Selection box, you maximum have to open 36 packs. Yeah, but 36 packs, when you think about it, it's like £11. Again, this is like English currency, so if you don't know English currency, I'm sorry, but it's £11. And then you'd have to get that times 6. So like £66. I guess the issue is I hear like £66 to like finish this off, and I'm like, that doesn't sound too bad on paper. Until you realise I only want Fossil Dig. And then it's awful, right? I don't give a shit about Phantasme. I don't give a shit about Final Bringer. I don't give a shit about Luster Pendulum. I'd like to get 1 IP. I don't care about it, really. I just want Fossil Dig. Which, by the way, was a common. This was a common card when it was released in TCG. Ah, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. And it's a mirror. I'm not a speed player, so I have no idea what I'm doing against the speed streamer. How come you're pricing lower than mine by like 10p? I couldn't tell you. I shouldn't be getting any kind of like benefit. Hello, Islife. Welcome, welcome. They charge me 99p for a pack. Well, they charge me 89p for the 1 pack like purchase thing. That's all I can. Hey, Tomato. Hello, Max. Welcome, welcome. Long time no speak, my friend. Selection box scam as usual. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind it if they let me get more than 5 packs for gems. But limiting it to only 5, that sucks so bad. Like, that actually feels awful. Like, actual disgusting. Hi, Tomato. I just got back from school. Hello, Duke. Welcome, welcome. Also, imagine putting Fossil Dig as a paywall. It should have been a card trader card or something. I kind of get it, because Fossil Dig is a really good card, right? It's like E-Emergency Call, and they made that UR, so why wouldn't they make Fossil Dig also a UR, right? It's almost like, I think they wish they hadn't given a copy out as a Rex Raptor level up. I think that's probably how they feel now. So Duke, what sleeve do you want? We'll go ahead and do this now before we forget, since we are actually in the game currently. This is my current Springans list that we're just kind of working with. So what are you after, Duke? What kind of sleeves are we after? Bear in mind, this is the speed account, so we don't have everything. We're a lot more limited. Alexis. Alexis should be... Oh, we haven't actually unlocked Alexis on this account yet, so that's not happening, my friend. Sorry to say. That's just the world we live in at the moment, I'm afraid. Also, imagine putting Fossil Dig. Should be a card trader. I'm also late on stream. How desperate is Konami is beyond me. Exactly. Technically, I need to go into it twice because one is a level up reward. Exactly. But, like, it's still... Like, if you wanted to finish off the entire box, right? If you had to get absolutely everything. Akiza. Okay, so that should be... Where is Akiza? I don't think we have Akiza either. Do we not have Akiza? Yeah, we literally don't have... Like, the only 5Ds characters we have is these three. Like, this account is still, like, a relatively new account. So, like, it's just got, like, nothing on it. To a Victor, maybe try it with 2 fossils. I mean, potentially. I have to get a second fossil yet. I might not even get a second one. I don't know who that is. Yeah, it's just vile. Diamonds are expensive. Here's the greatest informant in Tomato Town. Hey, forgot it was... They forgot it was a level up. I mean, potentially. Also, hello, Hans. Welcome. I'm only investing in resonators on the new box. I do think the new resonators and the RDA stuff looks really cool and potentially really strong as well. I misread, thought it was Monster, not main. Oh my god. Wow, you Bell's so cute. Tomato hates women, confirmed. What do you mean? We've got loads of women here. And it's based on the order that the characters get released in, right? Not the order that we want to unlock them in. Hey, Tomato. Choose for me who's your favourite character. My favourite character out of the characters I have here. Ooh, who do we like out of the characters here? I mean, it's probably Sora. Like, I'm a big Sora stan. So I'll go Sora. Synchro's got a slap on the wrist with that spell on selection box and the new skill. And DDD, I'm glad I got support, but I wish I got more. I have seen some players experimenting with DDD. Let me see if I can find the player I was looking at earlier. This guy. So if I get this up, we can take a look at this DDD. Now, this was just like his end board. So this is Ra. This is a Rush player that I follow, but obviously he plays Speed as well. He's a really, really good Rush player. He plays like a lot of Cybers. But this is like how to use the P-Zone, the new DD. Does the way it's attached without any intention of penduluming bring back memories? And like this was like his end board. And I was like, you know, obviously he's playing against an NPC that didn't interrupt him whatsoever. But this was like, this seems competent, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend this is, like, incredible, but, like, at the very least, this is doing stuff. And considering I think a lot of people looked at the DDD stuff and went, like, this is probably going to do absolutely nothing. I think this actually looks like, I don't know, better than nothing. The problem is I don't really know what a modern DDD board looks like, nor do I know if this is, like, remotely competent. It's the issue of just not knowing all of the... Like, it's one of those things. I kind of feel like I know all of the Rush decks, right? So if I see a Rush board, I can accurately assess how strong it is. Whereas, like, when I see a Speed board, I'm like, this looks okay. Like, Caesar's good, right? We got, what, Robin? Copernicus would be nice, being able to dump Necro Slime. Hello, Baj. I think top 100 Rush and Master Duel this month. Oh, we talked about Ra, specifically. Yeah, Ra's a good player. Oh yeah, there's a good end board, to be fair. If we got Gilgamesh, God, imagine. It would be cool. It would be really cool. But yeah, it's one of those things, just by, like, following so many people on Twitter, you just see so many, like, interesting, like, boards and stuff. Like, this is obviously another end board that he made with Clearwing. So, like, there's, like, stuff. There's stuff you can do, for sure. But yeah, I'm not really sure what we're going to do with, when it comes to... Oh, we should probably have our room code back up, shouldn't we? There we go. There's the room code. Since we're on this screen now. In case anyone wants to join that room. Would you like to watch the Nintendo Direct on stream? It's one of those weird things where, like, I like Nintendo. I will watch the Nintendo Direct. I don't know if I would watch the Nintendo Direct on stream. Just because it's not really, like... We don't really do Nintendo here, you know? It's not really what the stream is about. I mean... I'll tell you what, I'll put it to you. If you guys want me to watch Nintendo Direct, we'll watch Nintendo Direct, right? How about that? Do you guys want to watch Nintendo Direct on stream? I mean, also, what is going on here? The game is just, like, not working anymore. It's just decided it's done. If there's no Rush anime, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still fun, since your stream is fun, though. Yeah, I mean, for me, I am very anime-focused. In that, I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, right? I got into Rush because of the Rush anime. I got into Cardfight Vanguard because of the Vanguard anime. If your TCG has a card game, I am like 90% more likely to give it a go. That's just how I work, right? I'm a big anime nerd. That's just how it goes. If the Direct doesn't have info on Silksong, I don't want to see it. I mean, we never know, right? Every time we watch a Direct, you're always like, oh, maybe. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush video game is on the Switch exclusively. Also, it's in 29 minutes. I would like to get into this duel room, but apparently that's not happening. So we're going to Alt F4 that, and we're going to try and reboot and see if that fixes it. Good thing the Rush Switch game sucks. I actually like the Rush Switch game. It's not perfect by any means, but I actually do like playing it. I do think it's fun. Oh, hell. Oh, anime nerds. Exactly. Right, let's see if we can actually get into the door now. Okay, we can. So this is currently going on. Looks like there is a game going on at the moment. I kind of want to watch it, but at the same time, I also want to like continue the yappage. Because I want to get like through the yappage. So I guess we've kind of already spoken about like some of the stuff, but we got like some new leaks, right? We got the new Tindangle stuff. Now, alright, I am not a Tindangle player. I do not like Tindangles. I do not like these decks that are very like flip effecty decks. They also can be very floodgatey. I'm not a big fan of these style of decks. I'm really not a big fan of these style of decks. So I'm not super thrilled about this, but we do have Insect Knight, which is cool. I don't think Insect Knight on its own really accomplishes much, but it's cool that it's here. And we're just hitting an ad break just in time as well, so we're going to have to like probably give up on that conversation for now. We'll come back to it in a minute. New Rush game. Are you dueling here, Tomato? Wow. I mean, we do have the duel room up. We're not dueling in it at the moment, but we could be. Right, we'll be playing in it after we finish the yapping. Is probably going to be the plan. There are 2 Rush games on the Switch. Yeah, I've got both of them at the Mo, and the second one they're released only in Japanese at the moment. I mean, there's always a chance they put out another one. The thing is, it's the sort of thing where I don't think they would bother like giving you like a teaser before, so they're just like they'll just plop it out, right? They'll just be like, and look, it's here. So we'll have to see where that actually goes. But like, I don't know how, because usually Nintendo Directs aren't too long. Usually like 20 minutes, so we might be able to like just watch a little bit of Nintendo Direct, because again, it probably won't be that long anyway. Did you ever watch the Shadowverse anime? I did, Gunkan Susu, sorry. I actually did watch the Shadowverse anime. I thought the anime was fine. It wasn't a great anime. It wasn't a terrible anime. It was like a 6 out of 10, where like it's not like middle of the pack. It's like a little bit better than middle of the pack, but it's not something that made me super desperate to watch new episodes of it. So my general opinion of Shadowverse was, this game's kind of cool, and I kind of want to play it because I'm watching the anime. And then I tried to get into it again. That was another one of my jumping on points to Shadowverse. I just couldn't get into it. I think a big issue I have with Shadowverse is it's really hard to get invested in it if you're not already part of the scene, right? Because you're already behind on cards. You've got to learn exactly what the meta is. You've got to learn what all the different decks do. If you know like a YouTuber or a streamer or something, you can like latch onto that and kind of play vicariously through them, use them as an onboarding point to like get into the game. I didn't know any, like, Shadowverse players at the time, so it made it very difficult for me to, like, get invested. I was kind of just playing the story mode and then trying to build decks out of, like, cards that I got, so it was very difficult to play it, which is why, though, I am actually very excited for basically Shadowverse 2. We're getting Shadowverse 2, which is a basically fresh reboot of the game. All the cards are going back to 0. Everyone's card pools are getting wiped effectively because it's a brand new game. And I think it's going to be a really good jumping on point. I'm going to try and jump on at the start and see if I like the game. Because Shadowverse is... I know a lot of people don't like it when you compare card games. But Shadowverse is a Hearthstone clone, right? It just is. Like, I know some people that are really diehard Shadowverse fans won't like that. But it is. It is a Hearthstone clone. And that's not a bad thing. Hearthstone wasn't a bad game. I say wasn't like it's dead, because it's kind of dead. But, like, Hearthstone isn't a bad game. Like, the fundamentals of Hearthstone are really good. So, like, it's... The issues that I personally had with Hearthstone, and why I decided to put the game down, was because they took it in a direction that made it very, very RNG. And I don't like a ton of RNG in my card games. Card games are already luck-based by design, right? You draw random cards from your deck. I then don't need, like, casting random spells and random shit happening to, like, get in the way of my competitive drive of playing the game, right? Let's try and catch up with chat as well, rather than just, like, going on a tangent. I want to see the duel. I'm excited. Okay, we'll put the duel on then, right? We'll watch a replay of their first game. We'll have that as our backdrop. There you go. Well, whilst we continue to yap. Where are we doing? Where are we going? Honestly, all excited. Insect best deck. Hello, Zaki boys. Welcome on in. When is the direct? In like 26 minutes. Direct is typically 30 minutes long. Yeah, it depends on which one's direct. Because I don't know if this... I assume this is an actual direct. Because they do like partner direct and like indie showcases and stuff. I think this is an actual Nintendo direct. So we're expecting like first party. Shadowverse 2 is coming out soon. There's a new starting point. Exactly. That comes out in June. And I'm very much looking forward to that. Insect best deck. I watched Shadowverse. It sucks. I'd rather go with Vanguard and Yu-Gi-Oh! I will say, as an anime, like, exclusively, like, not talking about the card game itself, just as, like, the characters and the framing of the show, Shadowverse is worse than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard. It just is. Like, the way the characters are written is not as good. The way that they portray the duels is not as good. The way they have their tournament structure set up, it's just not as good. That's just what it is, right? But I don't think it's a bad show. I do not think it is bad. I just think it is not as good as the other card game shows. I watched a card game show called Build Divide, which was another, you know, people go in, they play card games. That show was a lot worse than Shadowverse. So, you know, it's a spectrum, right? It's definitely a spectrum. Is that Shui in the chat? Hello, Shui. Oh, a smiling tomato is streaming. We generally are quite happy in general, right? Tomato time to do the Shadowverse for content while waiting for 3 months gap of Rush Duel Links content. I am the kind of person, I have played a lot of card games. Like, I have played, like, double digits numbers of card games. So, I am always up for trying out a new card game. My primary issue when it comes to playing new card games is just, like, if it's attached to a gacha game, that's now another gacha that I have to play, right? So because of that, it gets a little bit awkward. Like, you now need to find the time to invest into it. You need to, like, learn another meta, right? Hearthstone is not a dead game. What the hell? Explain. Oh, well, it's not anymore. Most of the decks are combo with less RNG. I think the issue, though, is that Hearthstone, the damage has already been done. Like, already, I think just no one cares about Hearthstone. Like, its public appearance, its, like, optics have, like, really gone downhill. So as someone like me who used to play it very competitively, you know, as a legend rank player, I really, really enjoyed it at the time that I did play it. I have no drive to go back to it, right? If they announced Hearthstone 2, like they're doing with Shadowverse, I'd probably use that as a good opportunity to jump in and check it out. But Hearthstone now just feels like it's the Battlegrounds game, right? It's just an auto-battler. Let's see what this end board is. So it's 2 traps and then Merrymaker Pass. So we haven't managed to, like, get anything crazy off this. We haven't got, like, Dweller. We haven't got, like, Felgrand. We're going to use Booty. I do actually just want to see what these end boards are, so I'm just genuinely curious, like, what this deck can do at the moment. So Merrymaker's going to come down. We're going to use IDP. This is going to be really good in the mirror specifically as well. Branga's going to come down. We're going to grab Watch. Watch is the card that I need a third copy of. We've only got 2 of it at the moment. Watch is going to add Brothers. We've already normaled, right? So, like, where are we going with this? We're playing Nadir. Okay. Merrymaker is going to tag out, which is going to let us send... Oh, we're sending... Why are we sending Titaniclad to the grave here? During the end phase, this card's in the grave because it was sent there this turn. You can add your hand. You can add to your hand or special summon a Dogmatica monster or a Fallen of Albaz. So we're just going to add / special Fallen of Albaz in the end phase, which means theoretically we could use Albaz's effect to fuse off your opponent's end board. Ecclesia's going to come down. It's going to grab Fleur de Lis. Okay, we're going to use Springand's Call. Bring back Albaz. Just swing over. Ironclad's going to add the Albaz to hand. Titaniclad's going to special summon the Albaz. Merrymaker's going to come back. So this is a quick effect, right, on Albaz. I need to, like, remember what the hell Albaz actually does. Normal or special summon is 3 damage step. You can discard 1 card. Fusion summon a fusion monster extra. Using monsters to feed the field as material. So I guess your opponent would have to have something that fuses into it. So I guess if you play, like, Starving Venom, theoretically that would work. If I understand the ruling correctly. We've got Explorer. So Explorer is going to try and just pop a load of stuff on the field. We are going to negate the Explorer. Springans is going to come down. Okay, we're going to use Call here. Bring back the Albaz. Albaz effect is going to immediately super poly them off, basically, into Titaniclad. Titaniclad effect. Brothers effect. Okay. Because what I think... The thing that I see as being, like, the difficult part with Springans is, other than just, like, exploring pop, I don't really know what they do when they're going aggressive, right? Like, their control style gameplay kind of makes sense. You'll, like, get out, like, Sargass, you'll get out bits and bobs and like, picking apart the opponent's board, but it doesn't necessarily, like, go particularly good when it goes aggressive, right? Anime don't decide whether a game is good or not. You are absolutely correct, Monosync, but the anime does act as advertising, right? So if the anime is boring, just naturally, people will think the game is boring, right? Even though that's not fair, that is how advertising works, right? So, like, I do kind of get what he's saying, but at the same time, I didn't think the anime was boring. I thought it wasn't as enjoyable as some other card game shows, but watching the Shadowverse anime did make me install Shadowverse and try it out. So, like, it did its job. It acted as an advertisement, and I watched it and enjoyed it, right? I don't know what I'm doing at all. It's all good. Playing Discord. Springand's Mirror. Okay, thanks. I can play a deck. I do know if you want to test that against something more stable. If you have an account, you can return to Hearthstone, get free packs and get free deck and packs. But that's the thing. So the biggest issue I had with Hearthstone is its quests, its quest system, because the Hearthstone quests are a little bit all over the place. So sometimes you get a quest that'd be like win 3 games, and on paper that's not that bad. But if you're not playing a current meta deck and you've now got to get 3 wins, that could take you hours, right? If you've got to, like, slog through with your bad deck, that sucks. So, like, I do think that a game where you can just passively play it, like Duel Links, is more rewarding to a casual player. Whereas a game like Hearthstone almost demands my time, and I don't like that, right? So that's another big part of, like, why I fell off it. I was playing it in a lot of, like, the early days. Like, I played it from release until I stopped playing just after everyone got, like, a like an undead form. Like, when everyone got, like, a Lich King form, right? Like, what was it? Garrosh became a Lich King. I think Jaina became, like, a Lich, if I remember correctly. Like, whatever that set was called where that happened. And everyone got, like, the new hero cards that would, like, replace the heroes. I will go back when Hearthstone 2 is announced. Yeah, that's basically how I feel. I don't really want to go back unless that happens, right? You can't fuse because Nadir's Servant lock you. I'm bothered reading Nadir's Servant. You don't need the 3rd watch. The 2 is perfectly fine. Yeah, but I want it. I want it, Shui. I really want it. Do you think Resonator is going to be tier 1? I'm not the person to ask. Based on what I've seen, I think Resonator probably has some of the most potential out of the new decks. Is it going to be tier 1? But I think out of all the new decks we've got, like, Dino and Resonator seem like the 2 big ones. Like, I do think that Subterra looks pretty good as well. I did see both Brand and Shui playing some Subterra, and that deck does look reasonably okay, but, like, again, it's one of those things where until I see, like, meta versus meta, it's not easy to, like, come up with it, right? Anime give people inspiration. I mean, kind of. Hello, Yamika-Sara. Welcome. What's your favorite card game anime? Ooh. I mean, it's got to be Yu-Gi-Oh, right? It's got to be Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, just Yu-Gi-Oh by default. Yu-Gi-Oh is so good. And, like, trying to pick a favorite series out of Yu-Gi-Oh is actually really hard because so many of them are just so good. They're so good. Like, actually so good. The Rush anime is good because the whole premise is this game is good and people who say it's bad are evil. So... I like the Rush anime, right? I do like the Rush anime. If you were to tell me that you're going to sit me in a room and you're going to make me pick one series of Yu-Gi-Oh! To watch forever. So, like, you know, DM, or GX, or 5Ds, or Go Rush, or Sevens, or any of them, right? I would not pick a Rush anime. I think the Rush animes are both good. Sevens and Go Rush are good. But if I'm going to be stuck watching one for the rest of my life, and I want, like, good characters, good storytelling, good duels, realistically, I'm not picking one of the Rush shows, and that might surprise some people, because they're like, you know, I'm the Rush guy or whatever, right? I like the Rush game a lot more than I like the Rush show. The Rush show is still good, right? I still think it's like a good 8 out of 10 show, like both of them, Sevens and Go Rush, but especially like going back and watching like some of the best duels from some of the previous series, they blow like every Rush duel, like narratively, just completely out of the water. Like I watched Yuya versus Yuri. That duel is so good. Like that is so good, right? Watching like Sora versus like Shay. Actual cinema, like actual cinema. Watching like Yugi versus Kaiba in the Battle City Finals. Incredible. Actual incredible duels, right? When I think about Sevens and Go Rush, there are still really good duels. There are some that really stand out as being really, really good. They are just not on the level of the Master Rule duels. Because the characterization, the stakes that they establish... Again, I don't even think the stakes matter too much. It's more like the emotional stakes. It's not like, oh, if I lose, I'm going to die. If I lose, my teammate's going to get kidnapped, right? It's more of how the characters feel about the situation they're in. I don't think you need to have like, oh, my life's at risk, oh, the fate of the universe is at risk. I think it's more about the emotional stakes that are involved, right? Anyway, we've gotten onto another tangent now, haven't we? True. Good morning. Hello, Mini Beaver. Welcome. Hello. Got any gems? No, my gems are completely spent, my friend. They are completely spent, but welcome. Subterra is good, but going second is rough. I can understand that. Hello, Draco Kid, by the way. So will Tindangle break the metal? Tindangle seems fine so far. I still am at this point where I look at like all these new stuff coming out, and I'm like, oh, we're bringing out Tindangle, we're giving out a load of new support for Subterra, and bringing out like Guru and Hidden City. We still have Shadol in the meta, and then it wasn't that long ago that Ghost Trick was meta, and so now I'm like, I know it's like, it might be like, fear-mongering, but like, I look at those four, like, Flip Effect, Stooly, Floodgate-ish decks, and I'm like, could we just not, Konami, right? Do we have to release these all at once? Do we have to have all of these be at least semi-competitive all at the same time? Because I don't want to be in a world where I queue up 4 games and I play against 4 Flip Effect, Floodgatey decks, back to back to back to back. I'm just like, I don't want that. Favorite card game doesn't mention Vanguard. I mean, we were talking about favorite card game anime, and I do think my favorite card game anime is always going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Better than Vanguard. I do really like the Vanguard show. Some of the arcs, especially in Vanguard, are better than some arcs in Yu-Gi-Oh! For sure. But as an overall package, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is better. That's just how it is. That's just how it be. Hi everyone. Hello Draco. I have a feeling that Subterra can break the meta, especially if you just open anything floodgates like Power Stone. I mean, yeah, but at that point, is it Subterra breaking the meta, or is it just like, this is now the best package to play around this overpowered floodgate, right? It's a weird one. It's not surprising. Personally, I picked GX myself. GX is my favorite, but I don't like the edgy later seasons. I just want to get my game on. GX is a weird 1. GX, I would say, probably changes the most out of any of the shows that I've seen. I guess you could say Arc V or Arc 5 also drastically changes between, like, before we're dimension hopping and after we're dimension hopping. But, like, I feel like the pre-dimension hopping bit is kind of very small compared to the dimension hopping bit, so it just feels like it's all part of the same show. Season 3 and 4 are really cinema for me, though. Shun fuck Shay. I mean, I did watch it in Japanese. I've only ever watched it in Japanese, but I've gotten used to the English names because that's what they're called on Duel Links, right? Without Yu-Gi-Oh! Tomato wouldn't have been here. I mean, true. Very true. Yeah, the Rush fights are mostly fine. Luke/Yuga versus Go-Ha Yuga was peak, though. That was a really good duel. The issue I have with that game, the big issue I have, is one, Yuga comes up with this really good strategy, and then he doesn't get to use it. And then Luke does, like, the biggest, like, big brain play of using Yuga's strategy, understanding exactly what it is, and then executing it perfectly, despite the fact that Luke is the dumbest motherfucker on that entire show. And his dueling style has no grace, it has no, what's the word I'm looking for? It has, like, no tact, it has no delicacy, it is entirely Unga Bunga, Summon Dragius, weaken your opponent's board, attack, 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 attack. That is Luke's thing, right? His whole thing is he's a really good duelist because he doesn't think. He switches his brain off, he goes Unga Bunga, right? That is his thing. So in that duel, it was really out of character for me that he's doing, like, the big brain loop play. And it was just like, no, it just felt off to me. Like, it was very much a Yuga thing. Obviously, Yuga came up with the strategy, but I would have expected in that situation Luke to look at his hand, go, I don't know what Yuga was gonna do. I'ma just put things in attack and swing and win that way, because that's the Luke way. That's the Luke way. When I lose, my universe is over. True. Vanguard will be my favorite if they got Master Duel Vanguard. So you just want a simulator. The Vanguard game is really cool. Vanguard, though, has had some, like, ups and downs, for sure it has. So, like, it's not, like, infallible. Tonight, are you gonna have a watch party for the final Go Rush episode? Well, I think Hikari's having one, so we'll just go and sit in Hikari's. Like, there's no point in having competing watch parties, is there? Is RDA meta? I could technically play RDA with the Striker package. RDA seems good. But what would I could say? Maybe tier 2. Like, I don't know how good, but, like, it seems good. Like, it seems like it's potentially one of the better decks out of the new box for sure. IMO RDA isn't like tier 1 because the problem with RDA is they don't have a comeback after their board gets broken. I mean, that's true, right? Like, you go all in on this, like, one big guy, wipe the board. You can, like, bring back extra bodies, but then, like, how do you rebuild once your board's gone, I guess? But I think a big part of that might be due to, like, the limited extra deck space. I don't know. I don't know if it would matter, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's the second best new box deck. IMO RDA isn't like tier 1 because the problem with RDA is they don't have a comeback. Luke's dueling was luck. Luke is the dumbest motherfucker ever. I mean, he is. What do you mean thinking? Just press button and it works. Exactly. The Luke way was the best way in Duel Links for a long time. I mean, you're not wrong. Alright, where were we? We were talking about insects. That's right, we were talking about insects. Insect Knight. So Insect Knight, actually, not awful. And the reason it's not awful is because we could get some other cards to support it. And the cards that really stand out to me is Legend Strike. This is a card we will probably get eventually. I don't think we're going to get this soon, because this card did kind of warp the OCG meta around itself a little bit. But, like, there are cards like this that do support Legend normal monsters. And this could just generally be quite a good card for it. A card that I think also we won't necessarily get, but we could get at some point. Oh god, what's the card called? It's called something Slash. Primordial Slash. So this is another card that, like, this is a weird card that I go back and forth on whether I think would actually be good or not. But, like, I think this is pretty good. So when your opponent's monster declares an attack, pay 400 life points. The attacking monster loses 700. So this is Dragonic Resonance, right? This is Resonance. Then, if you have a face-up Legend normal monster, you can destroy a monster on your opponent's field. Now, the big issue with this is you need a Legend normal monster, right? And if you do have a Legend normal monster, this is kind of a bit broken, right? Because this becomes, like, the best trap in the game, assuming we have a Legend normal monster on the field, which is kind of nuts. But this would try and persuade people to play vanillas, which is something that they could do, right? Which Rush series is your favorite? So I prefer the characters and the setting from 7s. But I like the duels and the card pool from Go Rush. So, like, it's a bit of a toss-up for me. Insect Knight Garbage Golem is better. Insect Boss Monster. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Legend Strike is way too strong, even in OCG. I don't think Legend Strike is too strong in OCG now. I think now it's kind of under par almost. Oh, it's a trap. We're never getting it. Exactly, exactly. But what I mean is there are cards that could come out that will make Insect Knight better, right? It's not like, oh, why would you ever play this whatsoever? There's no reason to ever play it. It's like, well, there's Legend Strike, there's Primordial Slash. It's just how soon are we likely to get these cards? The thing is, with Primordial Slash, I think this card actually could be one of the next generic trap cards that gets released, right? And the reason I say that is because Konami keeps just giving us trap cards that work for everyone, and they don't like giving us specific type trap cards. This is generic, right? You could play this in any deck. So, like, this actually has an okay chance of coming out. So, no direct. I mean, we were going to do the direct, right? It's in 4 minutes. That's fine. We can chuck it on. I'll chuck it on just for you, Badge, since you really want to watch the Nintendo Direct. We'll leave that sitting there for now. Again, it shouldn't be too long, right? And then the other card is Pinch Hopper. Pinch Hopper is like another weird one. And Pinch Hopper is weird because this is a card that sees play right now. Like, if we boot up EDO Pro. So this is the deck we were playing in a tournament the other day. If we take a look at the current Insect list, this is arguably the strongest deck. This is a tier 1 deck. I think it's undisputed tier 1. Arguably the best deck in the game. This is the, Delirium. This is Delirium, right? Now, also, why is it like that? I shouldn't be like that. We can fix this. Go here and move this over a little. There we go. And now, as you can see, Pinch Hopper is in this deck, right? So Pinch Hopper, obviously, is not going to be as powerful as it's in this deck. Because the reason it's in here is because it gets out our big bosses a lot easier. So what it really means is Pinch Hopper is good if you have big insect bosses that are good that you want to summon, right? But it is still a card that's seeing modern play, right? Now, right now, this is going to summon, what, Dynast Orcus? And I guess, Anglo Digra? Which, like, is, like, it's kind of whatever. Pinch Hopper is, like, not that impressive. It's basically a, you know, a seahorse carrier, right? It's a nothing card. It's a +1. It saves you 1 card, which is, like, fine. It's fine. Is it possible that Pochi the alien dog Mimi has in 7s? There's so much to unpack with what you just said. So I assume we mean Bocce, who is Manya's dog, who is Mimi's, like, ancestor from thingy. Unless we're talking about, like, a dog that I don't remember from 7s. Pinch Hopper, another free-to-play card. Insects boss, actually crazy now. I don't know about crazy, but it's better, right? It will be a nice little addition. Also has decent stats, so it's good. I mean, yeah, 1200 defense is not bad. It's not bad. Can't knock it, right? Can't knock it. So this is also the interesting one, is this. And I know a lot of people have already spoken about this, but this could be so many different things, right? This could be skins, right? This could be like the Flame and Soul Burner thing. But I don't think they would give every, like, random-ass character a skin that's just like, oh, look, it's this character but in different clothes. I think they'd want to do it for, like, meaningful upgrades that characters get. So, like, if it was skins, it would be, like, impactful skins. Otherwise, it would be things like filler characters, right? That's kind of the other thing going around. This could be NPCs, mind you. I mean, potentially, right? But, like, this was, like, a guaranteed NPC. Whereas these are proper... Like, I like to think... Like, why would we suddenly add in a massive pile of just random DM NPCs, right? Like, it just seems weird to decide to do that. The dog with Mimi's son looks like Pochi. Oh, I see. Konami clearly has no new world ideas, so it's probably a skin world. I mean, that would be fine as well. Imagine, though, that this is... The thing is, it's DM, right? It's called DM. So which means it's probably not a world. Oh, speaking of. looks like we're going to be jumping into the Nintendo Direct. We're just watching Nintendo Direct now. You have to let me know if it's too quiet. We weren't expecting to be watching a Nintendo Direct, but here we are. So, Dragon Quest. Is this going to be... Don't we already know about Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3? Getting the, like, 2.5D remake? By the way, I love Dragon Quest. Like, I actually adore this game series. Let me turn this up a bit. You have to let me know if it's too loud or too quiet. I am almost certainly picking this up. Like, almost certainly. No audio at all. There should be audio. He is joking, audio is there? Okay, good. Oh, this game looks so good, bro. It looks so good. Obviously, it's got like the Octopath Traveler art style, but it works so well. I played the second Dragon Quest, I think. I don't think I played the third one. I played one where you could go to the inn and like recruit 3 followers to join your party. It's a bit quiet. Okay, we can turn it up a bit. That's fine.
Today, we'll be providing information on upcoming Nintendo Switch games. We'll also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd.
Okay.
So please tune in for that.
That's like a week away.
What you just saw was Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake from Square Enix.
No, not the ads. No.
What kind of adventure awaits?
On the plus side, this should be the only ads.
I hope you're excited for more information in the future. Okay, let's see the first batch of headlines.
Escape from dire straits.
This already doesn't look like a Switch
2
game.
minutes until oxygen 0.
Help me! Please help me, Dante!
The latest entry in the The Somnium Files series is stirring. You are Kaname Date, a special agent with a sophisticated AI called Aiba embedded in his
I don't know
left
what
eye.
this franchise is.
Your mission is to track down Iris, an internet idol who has been trapped in a mysterious escape game. Conduct interviews to investigate Iris's whereabouts.
Like, this looks good.
Dive into a
It reminds me of
subject's
like
dreams to reveal clues hidden
like
deep
999 and
in their
stuff.
psyche. And solve mind-bending puzzles in an explorable environment. Everything you learn will bring you one step closer to the truth. Uncover what's hidden in reality and dreams to rescue Iris. No sleep for Kaname Date from
I mean, it looks good.
The Somnium Files.
Like, if you like,
Launches on the Nintendo Switch
you know,
system
puzzle
July
solving and
25th.
visual novels. Perfect.
Unleash the
Bit of anime.
supernatural.
It should be the same devs as 999. I see. Right, this. We got some SMT. We got some SMT. You know SMT when you see
A
SMT.
classic Atlas action RPG returns with remastered HD graphics and enhanced gameplay.
I've never played Rido.
Set in the capital city in the year Taisho 20, Raido Kuzunoha makes his living as an apprentice detective. But unbeknownst to others, he also fights alongside demons as a devil summoner.
A devil
To protect
summoner.
the capital, Raido must investigate a series of supernatural cases.
This is already such a
Fight
good
real-time
direct, by the
battles
way.
alongside demons you summon. Work with your demons to strike an enemy's weak point, then follow up with a powerful attack.
This isn't like my favorite,
Cooperation is the key to victory.
like combat style.
You can even turn opposing
But I would
demons
still play
into
this game.
allies. Demons can also be useful
Jack
outside
Frost.
of battle. and their powers are helpful in finding solutions.
This does look really cool.
investigations.
I'm surprised I've never seen this game before.
Guide
If it's a remake.
Rido through a series of strange incidents
I assume you're the bird who gave us a call?
as he uncovers a conspiracy that will shake the capital to its core. Rido Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army launches on
Genuinely
Nintendo
looks really.
Switch
Anything
June
Atlas makes is
19th.
always fantastic. So that's
Pre-orders
going to be a
begin later
fantastic game
today
regardless.
on
Again, the
Nintendo
combat
eShop.
isn't my ideal. I prefer like the turn-based, but like,
Consume
are we
darkness.
just doing like JRPG after back after back after back? Like this is so
With your
good.
memories gone, you have been summoned to a strange, unfamiliar world, where you're greeted by a yellow orb known as Puck.
Now this
But
is
who
extremely
spherical
like Hollow Knight,
stranger,
right?
Moored in a mysterious, maze-like world.
I assume this is
your
going to be
battle
a
for survival begins.
Metroidvania.
As Puck guides you on your journey, you'll delve deeper into the
Is that Pac-Man?
expansive world.
God damn right it is.
By examining your surroundings, you can phase shift and
Just got my order from Greg's.
to explore
Absolute
areas you
mad lad.
couldn't reach before.
It's actually Pac-Man! Oh my god.
Tread lightly. The creatures inhabiting this world will prove hostile. When facing imposing